Week 3 recap. Couldn't be happier.
And week 4
Review.
Hopefully more wins to come that week.
First week, clean sweep week, no losses, 2-0 on the week, and we weren't expecting that.
No. So they were both at home. As you know, we're doing the interviews outside the arena. We were expecting our first loss at home so we could get that up because we still want to kind of gauge how fans react. We were waiting for it. Didn't happen.
5-0 at home. Well, and the only reason we were a little worried, 2 bad losses on the road and 2 of the two of the best Eastern Conference teams coming into town in the Sixers and the Bucks.
Yeah. I expected us to lose against the Sixers. I was hoping we could kind of just contain Giannis and we could eke a win out there. But
I was thinking the same thing. With Ben Simmons coming to town and Embiid coming off the 2-game suspension, as well as the rivalry that's kind of come with Gobert and Embiid, I expected that to be the tougher of the 2 games. But Ben Simmons went out early, had the shoulder issue when he ran into a chest of steel by Royce O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just start making shirts, chest of steel.
Royce O'Neal.
Absolutely.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. But what did you think about the game?
I was bummed that Simmons got injured. I would like us to win with their full team, but I'm not going to complain about a win.
Because there's injuries on both sides, right? I know Simmons is a star player and a big player, but you still have weapons with Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, and they really didn't step up.
Yeah, but our matchups when he was in, like
they were favorable.
Their shortest guy is like 6'5".
Richardson,
mm-hmm. And I don't know if we could have gotten it. If he would have stayed in, maybe we could have. Maybe we've got the talent, but
it would have been a much tougher game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot to wear this.
You could have rookie. I think this injury with Simmons may really hurt his quest to get another Rookie of the Year title.
Well, they just put it off till next year.
Yeah. Well, they roll over.
I love that people think that's going to go away. We're petty in Utah.
We don't have a lot.
Rookie of the Year every year until he retires.
Every year. Or we win a championship. Looking at you, Silver.
I hope he goes to Europe at some point and gets Rookie of the Year again.
That would be amazing.
Plays for like Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Or China.
Could do that.
China and Europe. He's going to get all the Rookies of the Year. Do they do that? I don't know.
I have no idea. El Rookie del Year. Del Año.
That was suddenly Spanish.
Del Año. El Rookie del Año.
Del Año.
I don't know anywhere else that does it. The award would have to be in Spanish, I feel like. FIFA's in French. Like that's
fair.
That's the official. Anyways. So a couple other key points in that game. We out-rebounded their whole team. Gobert had 16 rebounds. Embiid had 16 rebounds. But as our team as a whole out-rebounded them. And we got more offensive rebounds that game. We had a close game. I think we talked about this last week where free throws won it for us against the Suns. This game, they almost lost it.
Almost, absolutely.
I think we shot 61%.
That's not good. We need to clean up the free throws. I think everyone can agree on that.
And that was kind of a big contention with the fans when we got out of it. Like people were really bugged that Donovan wasn't hitting free throws.
I hate when this happens.
But anyways, so, I mean, it's still a big game. Like, our offense, we're putting up over. Our defense seems like it's slipping a little bit. We've had a few games over 100, but the defense is, the offense looks like it's humming a little bit more.
Absolutely. 100%. Just so all of our friends.
Just go.
No.
They know it now.
I know. But I just want you to know what's happening right now. My brother's working on a custom logo for this here program and is blowing up my phone now with ideas. And I only turn my volume on that stupid desktop for one reason and one reason only: editing videos. And I always forget to mute it. And now I get the dings and it pisses me off. But we do that for you. I'm gonna. But I want the people to know what's happening. All right, brother. All right.
Oh, man. And you can go in front of the camera at this point. What, you're going to interrupt the video?
The video will not be compromised. It will not be compromised. And this is staying. No edits.
Going on to the Bucks. That game. So the first game was 106-104. This one was 103-100.
It shouldn't have been.
So this is kind of my concern. If you go through, we haven't had a lot of blowout wins, and we've had a lot of close games.
A lot of them.
So I don't know if that's good news as why we're getting stuff together, that we're still getting wins out, or if we need to be, if we're actually punching over our limit and we're actually going to start losing. I feel like we're still working stuff out. We got to just take these wins along the way. And we're going to start blowing people out. I have a feel, especially this week, but what are your thoughts?
I can understand what you're saying. I like winning close games. Everyone likes winning close games, but you can't make a living on that because the luck will run out at some point. To your point, we are still getting things to gel. We're still coming together as a team. So we'll take those wins for now, but we need to start closing out teams when we have a big lead. 20-point halftime lead should not get to a tie game with 48 seconds left in the game. That should never happen. I don't care who you're playing.
1.6 seconds left as well.
1.6 as well. But we had an 8-point lead. And listen, I have a qualm. I have an issue here, Jazz. I had a ticket to that game, and I watched it live, but I have to go out and do interviews, so I left early. We had an 8-point lead with 2 minutes left, and I was like, great, no problem. And I missed the end of that game for interviews, and I'm okay with it. But, Jazz, when you're up 8 and I have to leave the stadium, stop it, okay? That was greatness that I missed, and it's your fault.
What did you attribute in that first half the 20-point lead to?
Honestly, 100%. Well, not 100%, but the majority of that was Conley. Conley was in control in that first half.
I think defense limiting, in my opinion, defense limiting Giannis. I think he had
2 points.
2 points or something.
2 points in the first half.
But then
finished with what, 31?
What I'm dubbing is the Mountain Mike Massacre. He seems to have like a quarter of it. And
the Mountain Mike Massacre.
he always has a quarter of it. I think it was the second quarter. Maybe it was the whole half. He had a good first half. And then
30 and 13, what Giannis finished with.
Yeah, well, and then that's the thing is Bojan and Giannis both had big second halves.
Yeah. Bojan, he was good in the first half, but don't get me wrong, that guy is clutch. And listen, everyone knew that Bojan could shoot. We all thought we were getting another shooter, the Splash Uncles, as we were already affectionately calling them. No one, including myself, knew or thought he could drive the way that he's driving.
I got to ask the Pacers fans on Reddit if they knew that.
That would actually be really nice. I'd like to see, because this man has an explosion that I was not ready for. When he's decisive, going to the lane, he goes strong, he goes fast, and that's the way you can create your own shot, because you can't just go out and hold him against the three-point line, because he can blow by you. He has a really nice first step.
I wouldn't say he's fast.
I said a nice first step.
Well, you said before that, you said he was fast.
He is explosive.
Fair enough. Because I don't see that. What I see from him is he just reminds me of a slightly quicker Joe, but sure. he just reminds me like methodical. He understands spacing. He kind of reminds me of that. Like, he understands his limitations, doesn't try to outdo it, and he just seems like he knows space.
And I couldn't agree more. 100%.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And then the
daggers.
The big one was we were sitting there pissed because we were outside the arena. Like he said, Paul had to get out there or leave the arena, come meet me so that we could do the interviews. And then we're like, shoot, it's tied at 100.
Another worry we've had is an overtime game, because we obviously go prepared that it's going to end in the fourth, and we know at some point there's going to be an overtime game and we got to stay out there.
I just don't want it to happen during the winter. I'd prefer it actually to happen at these games when we can wait out there, not in the freezing cold.
Oh, man.
And then all of a sudden, everybody's coming out super happy, and we're like, overtime, where's everybody leaving for? And we found out, like, oh my gosh, Bojan hit it. And it was huge, man. And we went back and watched it. You were super hyped. You were, I think, almost accustomed to the noise in the arena.
Yeah.
Because you were a little bit louder than normal.
Sure.
And everybody else was. You could tell everybody's getting excited for the season. In particular, they're getting excited for Bojan.
And there's only 2 teams that are undefeated at home this year in the Western Conference, and that's the Lakers and the Jazz. And I think there should be an asterisk next to the Lakers. They lost in the Staples Center against the Clippers game 1. That should count. I don't care if the banners are different. That is your home arena loss.
Another thing that we did ask the fans outside our arena that we don't lose at, regardless of who's home and away. You were making the point, and I didn't even think of this, but Mitchell was the third leading scorer.
Yes.
And that almost sounds like a slight that we ask that. It's definitely not, though.
No.
It's last year, if he's the third leading scorer on the team, probably losing.
We're down 12 to 15
unless
points.
the other team is scoring 76 points.
Yeah. And that's not the case this year. Donovan and Rudy can get us to the playoffs. We've seen that. We know that. You can put a cast around them, and they can be a formidable duo that can get us to the playoffs. We are all in Salt Lake City wanting to go deep into the playoffs and get to that next level. And to do that, you have to have other players that can create their own shot. Conley can do it. Apparently, Bojan can do it. And so now you can't just account for Mitchell. And that is what I was trying to emphasize with that point. And Mitchell was held in check for most of that game. He kind of came on at the end and did what Donovan Mitchell does. Oof, just chills. But that was Bojan. Bojan got that win for us. And that is so big that Mitchell doesn't have to be the guy. He is the guy, but he doesn't have to be on a night-to-night basis.
One other thing I just wanted to point out, and then we can give our player of the week, which I think everybody already is going to know who that is.
Not a lot of spoilers here.
But our bench definitely outplayed the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
They were the deepest team last year. They did lose some pieces, obviously. But big shout out to Tony Bradley. I feel like everybody was bummed that Ed Davis was out. We were wondering if he could do it, and he's put in some clutch minutes. He, I think, had 7 rebounds, I think 8 points, but he has some nice offense. One of the people that did the interview mentioned that. He was kind of all over the place in the interview, but you kind of watch this game and you do see it. Like, he can give us significant minutes off the bench. I don't know if he's not going to be a defensive juggernaut, I don't think, but he has some nice offense.
Well, and that's the question I was going to pose to you. I was looking at the stats. He did 8 and 7, just like you said, but he had a really nice game against the 76ers as well. And what I was shocked when I looked at Ed Davis's stats, they weren't all that eye-popping. He had, averaging 1.7 points and 5.2 rebounds before he got hurt. I know he's a new player. I know he's, getting adjusted, but Tony Bradley's doing a lot of really good stuff. Let me pull up the 76ers, his numbers. He still pulled off 3 and 8. So 3 rebounds, 8 points, and then he did 8 and 7 rebounds and points. Is he getting a spot when Ed Davis comes back still? How do you navigate that?
I actually have an answer for this because I've thought about it. I think it's going to be completely situational. We're up.
That's
and we
fair.
need defense. We need rebounds. Ed Davis. We need offense. We're behind. We're trying to come back, but Rudy needs a break. It's going to be Tony Bradley. I think that's
he's playing into a role, man.
Yeah.
And that is huge with any team. When they say next man up, this is the prime example of getting an opportunity, someone that we've worked with, someone we've been developing in the G League, and taking control of his opportunity. Yeah, we don't like that at all. It's the D League. Gatorade, calm it down. But we'll call it whatever you want. Tony Bradley, unsung hero of the week, I'll call him.
Yeah. And now to the hero of
the week.
Bojan
Bogdanovic.
The Croatian, the bogeyman.
Bogeyman.
All the names. We're loving him, man.
Dude. He's won it 2 out of 3 weeks, but I'm not going to fight it. If he's earned it, he's earned it. It's incredible. He's doing so many good things.
We said it's going to be very subjective. Donovan also could get a shout. He's actually been other things that he's been doing is he had one of his highest assist games. He had 8 with 5 rebounds in his big game against the Sixers. Conley, he's also had his ups as well throughout the week.
His massacre quarters.
Yeah, his massacre quarters. And he made a bet with the staff that said if he lost box outs, he was going to pay $100.
He's making some payouts in that Bucks game. I will say. I don't know how many, but there were a couple.
But both of them have been making a concerted effort, I think, to get rebounds.
Yeah.
But still, Bojan, he's becoming not even a cult hero anymore. You're going to see more and more jerseys at the arena with him, with his name on them. Some of the things that we looked up, shooting, he's just under 50% overall and from 3. He's been shooting lights out. And then he won us the game as the Bucks, as we all know. And the big thing I think here that not a lot of people are saying is he didn't have any free throws in the game against the 76ers. He had
0.
one, I think, off a made basket, or maybe it was a tech, and he missed it. And then he went 10 for 10.
Oh,
we don't have those, we lose.
Money. All right, let's look ahead to next week. We got a clean sweep in week 3. Week 4 could be tricky, but we should be able to keep this winning going. First up, we have the Warriors. Monday night, we got a back-to-back. We have Monday Warriors, Tuesday Nets, and then we have Friday Grizzlies, 2 out of 3 away.
Can we talk about, just before we get to the Warriors real quick, just some talking points just around the Jazz in general before we get into the full week. Gordon Hayward broke his hand.
Yeah,
So we are bummed about that.
That doesn't make anybody happy. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I wanted Donovan to block him again. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Absolutely. But the curse is real at this point.
Yeah.
The curse, it needs to be addressed.
And then the other big thing, do you want to talk about that anymore? I was bummed because I doubt he'll actually get to come to the arena now, so don't love it.
No, I don't. Yeah, we can move on.
And then the other one, because I don't know a lot about him. I was not here when he was here. There was talks of Devin Booker coming to the Jazz, and you said that you liked
Devin
that.
or Trevor?
Trevor, excuse me.
Trevor Booker.
Devin Booker would be very nice.
I've heard no talks of Devin Booker coming.
Trevor Booker.
Just a gritty guy. I would love to see him come back. I don't think it'll happen with Tony Bradley playing as well as he is. Maybe, but I would love. Trevor brought just this tenacity that I really, really liked and enjoyed. He fits the Jazz man mold, and I would love to see him back, but I don't know. I think things would have to happen negatively for us for that to happen. I don't want anything negative to happen. I like the team that we have.
So you don't think there's any spot for him on the bench, really? You think that, because I thought he would be more the power forward type.
Who would he?
Joe would be the small forward and come
sure,
off the bench.
But who? Don't we have a full roster? Who would lose out? Don't we have to move someone?
I'm sure that we could lose somebody. There's people not playing.
I don't want to lose anybody. But Trevor Booker could be nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no, but I love what we got, man.
I do too. On to the Warriors.
On to the Warriors. How are we going to beat the Warriors?
You got to corral Pascal, and I think Donovan knows how to do it. He's been super hyped for him. He's been playing really well. They've actually gotten some wins from him, or a win, I should say. Is there anything that worries you on this game?
All their weapons. We just have to. I've been informed that we're not going to beat the Warriors because of all their weapons. However, their weapons are out, which I was also informed of. We'll link that video at the end of this one.
Well, the quote is this guy saying he's got it. Paul had a great interview where he's talking to this guy. You guys might have seen it already because he's the yellow jacket guy. He's amazing.
He's so funny.
But he's just talking and talking and talking, and he goes just out of nowhere, "You guys will not beat the Warriors." This is like 2 games or so before the Warriors.
Yeah,
you will not beat the Warriors. And he kept talking about these lethal weapons, like Paul said, and Paul's like, "Well, who are those?
Who are they?" He's like, Curry. And I was like, "Is Curry playing?" He's like, "Absolutely not." And I was like, "So we don't have to worry about it." He's like, "Okay, true."
And then Paul's like, "Are they even going to make the playoffs?" Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. So it would be a big letdown if we lost, even playing away.
Absolutely,
we should be. We get.
These are the ones we need to win. These are games that we have to win if we want to make a push for that very top of the Western Conference. We're going to lose games against the tough teams, but this should be a blowout win. These are the games that should not be close. So we're hoping that. Brooklyn coming to town, tough game.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna overlook them. I feel like Kyrie's always done good against the Jazz, and I'm interested to see how Conley matches up with him.
How do you think that's going to play out?
I think it's going to play out very well. Conley has much better defense than Ricky Rubio, and I don't think that they need a second guard if they're going to deal with Mitchell and Conley. I think it's going to go well. I think the fact that they don't have Durant hurts, and I think we should win this game.
They've had like the most Jekyll and Hyde season too. Let's just read off some of their wins and losses. They beat the Rockets, lose to the Pacers, not in this order, by the way. They lose to the Pistons, beat the Trailblazers after Damian Lillard scored 60 points, and now they're losing to the Suns.
The Suns might be a good team. The Suns might be a good team. Back more on that later.
I don't think they are.
Dude, they're doing this without Ayton. I can't believe it. Anyway, we should beat the Nets. And we should beat the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, that's the next one up.
We can't overlook them. It can't trap game this. It's going to be an emotional night for Conley. He's going to get the standing ovation. But we have to focus. We have to win that game.
So they've had just about as much turnover issues as we have of the Nets. So I think that's going to play a huge role. I think we can limit them better than they can. And then I think the other big key is keeping Joe Harris from shooting 42% from three. If we can keep him down, and I think we can let Kyrie score 30 and keep the rest of the team their team in check, in my opinion. And I'm fingers crossed. And then, the Grizzlies, you said it, can't sleep on them.
Can't sleep.
But do you remember the game that we went to last year?
Why do you bring that up?
Because we lost.
It's true.
That was our first home game. We all went with your brother. And there was, what's the rookie at the time's name that I was like, we got to watch out for him. I was actually following him in the offseason.
Jackson.
Yeah, he tore us up and then didn't really have a good game for a while after that. But can't get. I mean, it's
take care of business.
It's Mike inviting his old friends in. Just do away with them.
Do away with them. That's it. Week 3 done. Week 4 should be a good one. Leave us questions in the comments or email us at jazzedfanstv@gmail.com. We will answer the questions. But until then, have a great week and let's hope for another clean sweep. Bye.